Hello everyone, Jerry Tabatt with you here on another edition of our military community, and we've got a great show for you today. You know, a lot of people have been traveling back and forth through the airport, and I know you do too. You see this place called the Military Welcome Center, and you just kind of look at it and walk on by. I don't really know what it is. Well, today we're going to talk all about it, tell you all about it, who's there, what they do over there, who can use it, all of the good stuff, and make you familiar with that Military Welcome Center over there at Northwest Florida Beaches International. And joining me this morning to talk all about it is Miss Shirley Davidson. She is the Military Welcome Center Volunteer Coordinator, and Mike Lozon, who is also over there occasionally, he is also president of the Bay County Veterans Council. Thanks for coming in today, both of you. I appreciate it. A lot of good things to talk about, but first of all, Shirley, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a retired Air Force Senior Master Sergeant, First Sergeant. I have been in this area for, most of my life. So aside from the 20 years I went away for the Air Force, I've been here most of my life. I love this area. I love working out at the Welcome Center. It gives me a chance to meet lots of people and interact with all kinds of different people, so it's a good fit.
Sounds like you're having a good time.
I love it.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, I'm a 26-year veteran of Air Force. I'm originally from Wisconsin. Was going to college when the draft numbers came out, and mine came up 7, so I figured I better do something real quick. Joined the Air Force, and back in '79, I went to Homestead Air Force Base. That was my first time in Florida. Met my wife, Penny, and we traveled all over. Came into Tyndall in '93, I believe. Spent the time there, got an assignment to Europe, came back to Tyndall and retired in '99. Been active in military retirees and stuff ever since. So.
Yeah, and that's what's great about it. You got 3 Air Force retirees right here together. We don't see that very often. And again, we do our career in the service, and we say that's not enough. We got to do something else too. So we help out a lot of other people. But we want to talk specifically about this Military Welcome Center. First of all, Mike, I'm going to ask you, what is it, and who can use it?
Well, a little history. Back when the airport was in the planning stages, they approached the USO to come in and have a presence, and the USO turned them down, saying it wasn't big enough. So the veterans got together, specifically the Veterans Council, and decided that they'd work at establishing their own sort of USO. So we got that going right from the get-go, and so the Welcome Center is a mini USO, if you will, and right. It's open to veterans, active duty, and their families.
And actually, you know, my travels with the Air Force, I've been in some USOs, and you go to these major airports where they had them, and they're not as friendly as you guys over there. So that's what's good all about it. But one thing that's also important, Mike, is Parker McClellan, the airport director over there at ECP, him and his staff, they are very supportive of what you guys do over there. And what kind of support do you get from them, and how appreciative are you?
Oh, we've got a real good relationship with the airport down there. They offer all kinds of anything they can help us with. They're right there, ready to do it, and we're real pleased with them. Matter of fact, I just met with Mr. McCullen and the board. We renewed our lease just a couple months ago, so real happy with their support. They're big veteran supporters.
They are, and it's nice to know, and you go talk to them, and it doesn't make any difference. The staff they have over there, it could be from the board, it could be from the cleaning people they have. They're all so friendly, and they're all so appreciative, because, let's face it, surely there's a lot of people over there in this area that are working there at the airport that have been in the service or they have service members in there right now. So it's good to know there's some association in there. But there are all kinds of things that you have to offer there at the Welcome Center itself. And what I got, we have some pictures here, and I'm going to have Seth show those pictures to us and just kind of give us an idea of what we have over there.
Okay.
So what do we got rolling for us on this, Seth? Let's see. There we go.
Okay, so this is basically our Welcome Center. It is a place, nice quiet place where you can come in, relax while you wait for your flight. You have sodas, snacks, coffee. We have a play area for the children that has, you know, Legos and stuffed toys and things like that. We have a TV. We also have a display that has it's an interactive display, but it has our Medal of Honor winners from beginning of time through current that scrolls through, and you can look at that. Like I said, we have magazines, books, puzzles, just a nice quiet place where you can come and relax while you're waiting for your flight.
And I've been in there several times, and the volunteers you have working are great. They're so friendly and everything, but you have a lot of different visitors come through there. Some of them just coming here on vacation, some of them associated with the military that are here on business, others leaving and things of that nature. But what kind of reactions do you get? And I've seen reactions from a lot of people, and I mean, it's positive, but what kind of different reactions are you getting over there?
Almost everybody who comes in, well, first of all, the biggest thing I hear is, wow, we didn't expect anything like this in this kind of airport. This is such a small airport, and you've got this really nice lounge here. We really appreciate that. So I hear that a lot. And a lot of people are so grateful that, you know, they can bring their families in if they're flying with their families. You know, I have a lot of young service members come in with their parents. They're seeing them off on their flights and stuff. Well, they can come in and sit and wait for their flights, and they, you know, they're just so appreciative of us being there and welcoming everybody in the community.
Now, other people say that it's a good deal. Some of them say, you know, why are we using that space? But overall, with the support in this community, these visitors, they're so appreciative of it, like you said. And it's not only the families, the individual service people coming through. Mike, there's been some high-ranking officials come through here. What's been their response on this Welcome Center?
They're just super positive, very supportive. Matter of fact, we had a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff come through. It was if I get the name correct here, Air Force General Stephen Nordhaus. He's Chief of National Guard Bureau. He came through there, and he was very, very impressed. We also had one of the representatives from the USO. I think he was on the board of directors. I'm not positive, but he was very, very impressed, and he offered his assistance. Anything you need, let me know. So what we're doing up there and what Shirley and her volunteers are doing is just fabulous.
And that's the thing. It's because you care and the volunteers care, and service members can feel that. I mean, you can have a room of 100 people, and service members like us, ex-service members, if you have 10 of them in there that have been in the military or still in the military, we can pick them out in a minute. You can tell by the reactions and everything. Now, these visitors, Shirley, a lot of them are surprised too of what goes on in there, and it's not only a place for them to relax, but if they have questions about, well, let's see, can I travel here? How do I do this? You can give them all kinds of help in that respect too, can't you?
We do. We have usually we have a computer in the office. We'll pull up the flight tracker for the airport, so they don't have to go out to the concourse and check their flight statuses and stuff. So yeah, we give them that kind of information. We also have Wi-Fi access so they can pull up the information on their phones. We have a charging station that they can use. We get a lot of people come in to use that. So yeah, there's just a lot of information available. We have brochures from around the local area. You know, how do you get to Tyndall? How do you get to the Navy base? So yeah, just about anything they need to know, and if we can't tell them, we'll go find out for them, so that, you know, they don't have to be running all over, you know, oh, my bag didn't get here, how do I get that,
Right.
you know, what do
Yeah.
I do? And we walk them through that. So yes, our volunteers are great. They help with anything that we can help with.
And that's the good thing about it too, Mike, is this help, and what Shirley was talking about, you know, the different things you can help them with. But I've actually seen you send people over to the rental car companies that have questions with that, shuttle services, accommodations and things. How does that relationship work? Is there any problems with that, or are you pretty well associated with them there?
We got a very positive presence at the airport, and everybody is familiar with us, and they give us the support. Like, I mean, we're part of their family up there, and yeah, it's great.
And that's what's good about it. Now, you had talked a little bit about families coming in and children. I want to expand on that a little bit, Shirley. Families traveling together, military families with children, they are concerned about those kids. That's their first thing when they're traveling. I know when I travel with kids, that was one of the things I was so concerned about is I get to this airport, now what do I do? How do the kids react to what you have in there? Because they're just getting here, probably tired from getting off the plane and everything, and they walk into this center. How do they react to that?
Wow. They look around and they are just, I mean, we've got patches and we've got memorabilia, we've got a coin collection that's all bright and shiny, and they can look at it and they think, wow, this is great. And we have Legos and stuffed toys and storybooks and puzzles and Hot Wheels. I mean, we have all kinds of stuff for the kids to do. And, you know, they'll go, I mean, in the back, and they are just happy. I mean, their parents can bring them in there, and just, they're so relieved to have a little place to where they can just relax for a few minutes. The kids can play a little bit, work off even while they're just waiting for their luggage to come in. They'll come in and sit in our area while they're waiting for the luggage to come in or something. And I mean, I had a young mother, military wife, who was traveling here to meet her spouse with a tiny infant, and she came in, she was so wiped out, she was such exhausted, and she's like, can I just come in here while I wait for my husband? And I was like, yes, please come in. And you know, she just came in and she collapsed, and she was like, oh God, I'm so tired, you know. So yeah, they're just so, and the kids love it. They you know, they see all the little patches and stuff, and they just want to hear what it's about. So yeah, it's a good experience for them too.
Plus, there's plenty of snacks there.
And there are lots of little snacks. They love the cookies and stuff.
I think we all do. And like Shirley just mentioned too about patches and things, there's all kinds of memorabilia that you have in there. Talk a little bit about what you actually got in there that people can go in and see.
Our biggest collection is coins. Everybody likes to drop off their challenge coins. We've got a big display of them. We've got some pictures, some patches and stuff. And in actuality, we don't have the room to display all the stuff that people have left up there. And I wish we could start a museum or something, because we've got stuff from
You have one there already.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's
We've got stuff, guys from World War II on up to Afghanistan that come through there and want to contribute something for us. So,
what is probably the most proud thing that you're proud of over there that you have on display?
Well, right now for me, it's the plaque that we just gave to our, I don't know, I guess our founding folks. Carol and Daryl Hertz have been there from the beginning. They've been running that Welcome Center since the place opened up. And Carol's found it time that it's time to retire, and we had it going away, and we've set up a plaque for them that's part of that. And I think that's what I'm most proud of, because they gave their heart and soul to that place for a long time.
Shirley, what about you?
We have this, it's a carving, it's a wooden carving on the wall that gets a lot of attention. It's really quite nice. It's a picture of a service, a soldier's gun and his boots, and it's, like I said, it's carved on the wall. It's a wood carving. It is, people just look at that and they are moved, you know. So it's something that I really am proud that we have that up there, because a lot of people see it and say, wow, that is just incredible.
It's educational for them is basically what it is.
It is.
About how many people do you get every month that comes in there on average? I know you keep statistics on that.
We do. We have, on average, somewhere over 400 to 500 people a month. Last year, we saw over 5,100 visitors. So that is a good year, and we're hoping those numbers will increase.
Sure. Now, Mike, not only like individual members coming in there, service members, individual families, and that, you get groups in there too. I mean, when Tyndall or the Navy base they have a group of people. You had one that just came in last month in December,
Right?
where there was over 200 people. How do you deal with something like that? I mean, you can't. That room's not big enough for 200 people.
A lot of coordination. Again, that's where the airport helps us out. We open up a couple of conference rooms, whatever size we need. We get a lot of volunteer help from the different veterans organizations, members of the Veterans Council. They'll help us supply donuts, a lot of homemade items, and whatever we need to support the troops.
And I imagine that surprises them too when that group comes in like that.
Oh yeah.
They're surprised. They don't realize what we have here to offer them.
Right.
Great deal going on with that. Shirley, these groups that come in now, is there any special qualifications or anything, people that are listening and watching this right now, do they need to probably give you a little advance notice so that you're not all of a sudden you go there on Monday morning and you have 200 soldiers outside the front door wanting to come in? Do you get any advance notification on this?
We usually get some advance notice. We have a good working relationship with with Tyndall, who usually will let us know through the Veterans Center, the Vet Center, that they have a group coming in. So they'll tell us, okay, this Sunday we've got 60 to 100 people coming in. We'll be sending buses. The buses will come at 6 and 10 or whatever. So we kind of know, and we can tell the people when they're coming in, okay, well, you can wait here. The buses will be here at 6 and then another one at 10. So, we can help them keep organized, and it helps. We help them and they help us. So yes, we try to get advance notice, and if we do, that really makes it just smooth sailing.
And speaking about these visitors, Mike, do they have to have prior military service or be active duty or anything, or DOD personnel to actually go into the center, or can anyone go into that welcome center that wants to? That's a question I get a lot.
Well, in actuality, it's geared towards the veterans, active duty, and their families. If we have somebody that comes in that needs a rest, we're not going to turn them away.
Right. It's amazing what you do over there. And another thing, Shirley, there's a lot of people over there don't realize that this airport is very, very busy. You have a lot of military coming in and out that may be for special things, say like Warrior Beach Retreat comes in, or you have something else coming in. You have other veterans in the area that come into that welcome center to make sure that things are going good on that day when that big event comes in.
We absolutely do. We house the welcome, the red carpets and the flags that they use. The Warrior Beach Retreat uses, the Warrior Watch Riders use them. to do flag lines for arriving wounded warriors or other special events. And yes, we have all of that stuff is in the Welcome Center. The guys come in, they'll take everything out, set it up, and welcome the people who are coming in, and then they bring it back in when they're done. And so yes, we are involved in all of that. And we host those people when they do come in and again when they leave. So.
And when a special function is going on like that you guys are helping get the red carpet rolled out and everything, what's the response from other people on other flights that are coming in when they see something like that?
They're surprised, I think, probably is their biggest, to know that that place exists, and again, like it's such a small airport. And you know, the amount of attention that we give to our veterans and to our active duty, you know, it's an honor in them and their service, and you know, that they see that reflected in our community. And
that's what's so special about it. Shirley, what are the hours of operation out there?
We are open daily from 9:30 in the morning till 5:30 at night. We are open 365 days a year. There is always somebody there, and it's all volunteers. So.
And that is the big thing right there, Mike, is the volunteers.
Right.
How does someone volunteer to be in there? What is their special qualifications they need, or what do you need to do to be a volunteer there at the Welcome Center?
Some time, and the wish to help out and to care for our veterans. All they need to do is come on in and spend some time, talk a little bit with them, exchange war stories, if you will, and no special qualifications.
Just be willing to meet
Just
and talk
be willing
with people
to meet
and
and
show
talk.
them how much you care.
Right.
I've talked to Mike before about this when we did something with the Wallet Heels community. We were talking about that over there at the airport. You guys, if you can get enough volunteers, you won't put another shift on, don't you?
Yes, we would love
Tell
to
me
have
about
another
that.
We would love to have another shift, that we just do not have the people to staff it right now. For years, the Welcome Center was open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., but after the pandemic and all of that, we lost a lot of volunteers, and so we focused on the busiest parts of the day, so that's why the 9:30 to 5:30. But yes, if we had enough volunteers, we would definitely go back to the 8 to 8, because there's definitely a need for it.
Sure.
It's just we just cannot staff it with the people that we have.
And they're 4-hour shifts, right?
4-hour shifts.
And how many shifts a week do you ask the volunteers to be there?
We have people who are there 1 shift a week, some people 1 shift a month. We have, just depends on the time that they can give us. So there's no set. We just ask them to give us what they can. And like I said, some people, they're there every other month, 1 shift, but it's okay. We can use every person that wants to volunteer. We find a place for them.
And just probably the best thing is to go by and see you guys over there at the Welcome Center, because that way you can see what you have and what they're going to be responsible for doing in that.
Correct.
So you do it that way.
Just to add to that, there's some people that insist on multiple days, because they just want to serve that much. So it's open.
And on that aspect too, would you encourage, like, say, the schools, the high schools have their junior ROTC programs? Would you encourage them to maybe sign up for 1 shift a month or something like that? Do you think that would be helpful over there?
Sure, I think that would give them a different perspective on things.
But you need the volunteers, so go by and see the folks over there, and they'll take care of it. Now, we do need to talk about one other thing too. Is you, of course, are a nonprofit over there.
Correct.
And you cannot do this on your own. You need help from the community.
Right.
Start with you, Shirley. What are some things that you need help with over there at the Welcome Center?
Volunteers. I mean, that's the big thing for me. I need more people. So anybody who has an interest, certainly, that's what I would be most concerned with. Certainly, we can always use donations of things, sodas, snacks, coffee, all of that. We take, we use a lot of all of that. And of course, we always would take cash or other monetary donations. But no, volunteers for me is the big thing. We really need people.
Mike, do you have organizations here in town that reach out to you, like say maybe a grocery chain or something that would like to, like say once a month, bring in, 50 boxes or something? Do you have help in that respect?
Well, right now we're partnering with the Lynn Haven Rotary Club, and they come in. They're committed to a certain period of time where they send up volunteers and stuff. And back in 2022, they actually raised the money to have the place reconditioned and stuff. They brought in new furniture, carpeting and stuff. Very, very helpful and very dedicated, and we really appreciate that.
And anybody in the local community, if they want to drop off some chips or some monetary donations or something, just take it on by, because you guys will take care of it for them.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And you don't charge, the visitors are not charged to come in there, and that's one big thing. They don't have anything. You guys, through the support of the community and the volunteers, you guys take care of everything.
Right.
And that sometimes gets to be difficult, but you guys are doing a great job over there, and I know this community appreciates it. We got about 3 minutes left to go, so I'm going to give each of you about a minute to go ahead and give me your final thoughts on this. Shirley, what are your final thoughts about what we've talked about this past half hour?
I'm glad that we are getting the word out to the community about the Welcome Center. I think a lot of people really don't know that we are even there. If they're not active flyers, they don't see us very much, but we do a lot of good in the community, and anybody who is interested, I would love to talk to them and have them come by and visit with us and see if it's something that they'd be interested in doing.
Mike?
Well, I'd better be remiss if I didn't plug for donations. We can always use that. We operate solely on donations up there. And to check the place, check it out a little bit, go to our Veterans Council Facebook page and check it out there. We've got a newsletter that we've started. We're going to post it on the Facebook so they can look through and see what we're doing up there on a monthly basis. So.
And the big thing is if anybody has any questions, all they got to do is go over there and talk to you.
Yep.
And ask you what's going on. All right. Appreciate both of you coming in today. It's a very important topic, that Welcome Center over there. And hopefully you'll get some response from this and get some help from the community coming in there. Thank you both for what you're doing. Thanks to all of the volunteers over there. We appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks, Jerry.
Well, thank you.
That'll do it for this edition of our military community. Again, the Military Welcome Center at Northwest Florida Beaches International, ECP. You gotta go over there and talk to the folks over there. Once you go over there and see what's going on in person, you understand how important that is, and you understand why the support from the board authority and the director over there at the airport are so important to this community, and why this entire area ties itself together. Make our veterans that are coming in feel welcome, make our visitors feel welcome, and when you do that, it makes you feel good. Help them out. They need your contributions over there. That'll do it for this edition of our military community. We'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone.